Hello students, today we are going to start exercise 3.2 of chapter linear equations in two variables. In the previous session we have learned how to write the problem algebraically and how to draw its graph. So in the first question we have to make the algebraic expressions of the given problem or situation, and then we have to find their solution also by making or drawing the graph. So the first part says there are 10 students who took part in the maths quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than number of boys, then find the number of girls who took part in the quiz. Remember student that this is from the chapter linear equations in two variables, so we will always use two variables. So for make the algebraic expression quickly. Done. Okay, let the number of boys be x and number of girls be y. Then according to the question, the first expression will be 10 students. So x plus y is equal to 10. And the second is saying that number of girls is 4 more than number of boys. Okay, which means y number of girls minus x number of boys is equal to 4. So these are the two equations which we got. Now moving further, since we have to represent algebraically, that we have done, now we have to make the graph. These are the two equations which we got. Now for making graph, for the first equation x plus y is equal to 10, we take x is equal to 10 minus y. We'll find out if x is equal to 5, y is also 5, x is 4, y is 6, and if x is 6, y is 4. This is for the first, and similarly we do for second also. And after doing for second, we will represent the situation algebraically, and now we will represent it graphically. On the graph we will get this kind of graph. Now we have to find out solution. The solution is the point where the both line intersect. Because it is an intersecting lines, we know that it has only one solution. So we find out this point. This point is 7 x coordinate and 3 y coordinate. So the solution is 7 comma 3, which means the number of girls is 7 and number of boys is 3. Got it students? Here in this question, number of girls is taken as x. See, number of girls is taken as x and number of boys is taken as y. So we got the required number of girls as 7. The number of girls and number of boys are as follows, 7 and 3, because the lines intersect each other at point 7 comma 3. In the same way you will do it second part also. Again you will get an intersecting lines and you can find out the solution. Now moving towards question number 2. It says on comparing the ratio, find out whether the lines are parallel, intersecting or coincident. I hope you remember what are the conditions. What is the condition for intersecting lines? Yes, for intersecting lines, a1 by a2 is not equal to B1 by B2. This is for the intersecting lines. Okay. Now what is the general equation of the linear equation? It is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Got it? Now tell me what is the condition for parallel lines? A1 for parallel lines, it is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 but not equal to C1 by C2. This is the condition for parallel lines. And for coincidence line, we have A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Got it? Okay, now we will solve the questions. First of all, we will compare the given equation with the general equation. After comparing, we will find out the value of A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2. So here the given equation is 5x minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0 and 7x plus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. So we got our A1 5, B1 minus 4. Always remember we have to consider sign also. B1 minus 4, C1 8, A2 7, B2 6 and C2 minus 9. And then we find out the ratio. A1 by A2 will come 5 by 7, B1 by B2 will come minus 2 by 3. Since we got here A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, we don't need to find C1 by C2. And since both are not equal, which means that it is a unique solution and hence the lines are intersecting. And the same way, students, you will do second and third part also. You will find out the values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and then you find out the ratio. And after finding the ratio, you find out which kind of lines it is. Now moving towards question number 3. It says that find out whether the pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent, but by comparing the ratio. Again, students, we have learned that when these equations are said to be consistent and when the equation is said to be inconsistent. So you give me the criteria when the equations are consistent. Good. The equations are consistent when it has solution, and there are two cases. The first, unique solution, that is intersecting lines, and second, infinite many solution, that is coincidence lines. So the conditions by comparing the ratio for intersecting lines is A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So if this condition arises, we will say consistent. Okay. Next, if it will be A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, then also we will say it is consistent. But if A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 but not equal to C1 by C2, in that case it will be inconsistent. So again the same procedure we will follow. We will compare the given equations with a general equation, find out the value of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, and then what we will do, we will find out the ratio. Here in first part you will see that it is not equal, the ratios are not equal, which means it is intersecting lines, and hence the pair of equation is consistent. Similarly, moving towards next part, second, here we will see that a1 by a2 and b1 by b2 are equal. When first two parts are equal, we need to find out third part also. So we'll find out c1 by c2, which is not equal, hence which means that it is parallel lines, and parallel lines means no solution, and hence it is inconsistent. Got it, students? So like this way you check all the ratios and find out which kind of pair of lines it is. Okay, so this is all about question number 3. Now question number 4 says, which of the following pair of linear equation are consistent or inconsistent? If consistent, obtain the solution graphically. So we have to obtain the solution also by graphical method in question number 4. But before that, we have to say whether the lines or equations are consistent or inconsistent. So first of all, what we will do, we will find out the ratio of all the terms, a1 by a2, b1 by b2, and c1 by c2. And if we get consistent, since in first part we are getting consistent because they are coincident line, it is consistent, so we will make graph of it. This is the portion of graph which you know how to find out the value and then how to plot the graph. So we will represent the situation like this graphically, and please students always use pencil for drawing the graph, because in case you will do some mistake, you can erase it and you can make it or draw it once again. And one more thing, while making the graph, if you take three values or the 3 coordinates, then it is sure that your graph is correct if you will get a straight line. Okay, but in case you will take only 2 points, it will always come a straight line, and it might be possible that you have done the mistake. So for no reason of doing the mistake or to figure out your mistake, you always choose 3 points for plotting the graph. It is not necessary, but it's my suggestion to choose 3 points for plotting the graph. You can draw with 2 points also, but it's my suggestion, it's better to do with the 3 points. Next we have completed 5 question. Question number 5, half of the perimeter of garden whose length is 4 meter more than its breadth is 36. Find the dimension of garden. So again we will take length and breadth as x and y. Then according to the question, half of the perimeter, which means x plus y is equal to 36, and length is 4 more than breadth, which means x minus y is equal to 4. And then since we have to find the dimension of the garden, we have not studied any other method, so we have to do it by graphical method also only. So make the plot, represent the graph, and find out the length and breadth. Now question number 6. There is a linear equation given. We have to write another linear equation in 2 variables such that the given line and the line which you are writing are intersecting lines. Okay, first case is intersecting lines. So first of all, what you have to do, for intersecting lines, we know the condition is a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So we will find out a1 and a2 because we need only these 2 numbers. So here our a1 is 2 and A2 B1 is 3. A1 is 2, B1 is 3. As we have to find out intersecting lines for this condition, so we will choose A2 and B2 from our wish. Any number you can choose. You choose A2 and B2 as any line such that their ratio will not become same. Suppose I am choosing A2 as 1, A2 as 1 and B2 as 3. Then what is the ratio of A1 and A2? 2 by 1. And what is the ratio of B1 and B2? 3 by 3. Both are not equal. So what the equation become? X plus 3y. Now what about C? You take any number for C because we don't matter. You can take -8 also or any other number also. So suppose I am taking C2 is equal to 6. C2 is equal to 6. Then what will be the equation? The equation will be X, because I have taken A1, A2 as 1. B2 I have taken 3. So X plus 3y. And C2 I have taken 6. So plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation of the line which I have made. Similarly, you can make another equation also, and in the question here solution they have made this equation 2x plus 4y minus 6 is equal to 0. So this question can have lots of many answers. It depends on which number we are choosing, like this. Okay, this is for the first part. Now for parallel lines, again for parallel lines we have condition. This condition A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2. Again the same way you choose, since this one A1 is 2, A1 is 2. Suppose I am choosing A2 as any other multiple of 2, let it be 8. Okay, then we know our B1 is 3. So how many times we will multiply 2 so that we get 8? 4 times. So this B2 will also become 12. 3 multiplied by 4. So that when we cut this, we will get 1 by 4. This also 1 by 4. Both will become equal. Okay, so like this we will choose the A2 and B2. And since we don't have to bother about C2, we will choose any number as C2. Let C2 I am choosing 4. So the equation which I get 8x plus 12y plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and here they have written 4x plus 6y minus 8 is equal to 0. So like this way you have to choose the numbers and then we have to make the equations. Similarly for coincidence line, so you have to choose all the numbers, multiples of, if third multiple, if fourth multiple, fifth multiple, then all will be like that only. Now question number 7, draw the graph. You know how to draw the graph. Now determine the vertices of the triangle formed by. This question is important because you have to always read this portion. By which lines? Because since triangle we know 3 lines should be there, 2 lines are given. So what would be the third line? So here it is saying the third line is x-axis, and then we have to shade the triangular region. So we will plot the graph. Already we have learned how to plot the graph, and we have to find out the points, then we plot the graph. Now this is the region between the 2 lines and we have shaded it. And what else we have to find out? Just we have to shade. So no, determine the coordinate of vertices of triangle also. we have to determine the vertices of triangle. So that also we will do, and after doing we will get the coordinates as these coordinates. So that's all about exercise 3.2. You try to understand and solve it. Most of the things we have already done, graphical method and all. Okay, thank you students.